Hi, thank you and welcome to my channel. This is actually just a quick little series that I plan on doing to address what each sign needs in order to feel love. So this is going along with maybe the certain love languages. I'm not going to get specifics into what the titles of love languages are, but this is just from my perspective as a person who's had interactions with these types of individuals, or even just through understanding of astrological behavior patterns, what my assessment is as to what this individual may need in order to feel as if they are loved. So, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that this message resonates for all that listen. And I appreciate for your likes, for your shares, and if that you haven't already subscribed, please do so now and click the bell icon so that you can get notification for all the different types of videos that I have to offer. My channel is changing, so I do intend on being able to offer some zodiac tips as well as um, understanding of yourself in a broader sense of what I've been doing in terms of tarot cards. So hopefully this finds you in good spirits and you enjoy every bit of the journey that I'm taking you on. So now we're going to talk about Aquarius and what this sign needs to feel loved in whatever partnership or dynamic that they're in. It is like a big misconception that Aquarians are emotionless robots who can be so detached that they have no feelings whatsoever for whoever they're involved with. This could be the furthest from the truth, and I do believe it from a perspective of an Aquarian. I have to really speak loudly about this because a lot of the times people are just looking at it on the outside, and usually Aquarians, we tend to see things from a very paradoxical way of, of perspective as opposed to everyone else. We just kind of look at things differently, and that's just who we are and how our brain functions. You see it one way, we're going to peel it and see it the opposite way and see how well it can function that way. And usually it does. And if we like it that way, we might invite you to come enjoy it in the inverted way too. And you just might. That's just how we are. And we don't mean to alarm people in our eccentricities, but an Aquarian in who they truly are, they are as quirky as they want to be or as random as they want to be, and they are well received. They just need to be loved for their originality because they're very humorous people. They're very lighthearted, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're emotionless. They just like to not weigh so heavily on the emotions that aren't going to serve them the purpose of whatever is most efficient in that moment. So if you are looking to kind of have chill relationship, these people are very chill if they're balanced in their emotions. And that means that they know how to process their feelings. Because most Aquarians that they process their feelings from a very logical perspective, and they have to think about it and they overthink and think some more, and then they think themselves into a blockage where they can't allow themselves to feel in the moment. So they don't feel it until it happens way after the fact. And if you're in love with an Aquarian, you have to be mindful that their emotions kind of has to catch up with their thoughts. And if you have an Aquarian that is very aware of themselves, they can catch their thoughts and emotions and sync them up right away, and then you'll be able to get that emotional response that you're looking for from that Aquarian in that moment that you're looking to get it from them. But they kind of have to be evolved in their emotions, and that means being able to explore them with someone who's willing to explore them through an intellectual concept too. Because when you're dealing with an Aquarian who is looking to tap into their emotions, they have to be able to connect it to their logic. And a lot of the times they have very emotional relationships with people because they can have very intellectual relationships. And so, if you are with an Aquarius, you definitely need to be someone who has a mental capacity to challenge this individual, um, bring information to the table, not just necessarily always discussing things that they love to discuss, but really meet them on levels in which they've never traversed in their minds. Mind blowing conversations are what's key to connecting with and getting your Aquarian to open up, because when they are able to really see someone who's passionate about what they're talking about and that person is not on the surface and they're authentic, they open up. They usually shy away from people who wear masks and for people who like to be on the surface. So this is also the misconception of them not being super emotional. So they really try to express their feelings in ways where it's unique to that particular individual. So when you are loved by an Aquarian, you will feel that love. It will be uniquely to the way that they've observed you and how they have observed your unseen subconscious patterns and how they've kind of just thought about you in a very deep way. And you'd be surprised at the ways that they show you their love. They're very expressive, um, and maybe not so much in words of love, but when they can express themselves in words with their love, they're very precise about their feelings because they've thought about it very clearly. So you can trust that whatever they're expressing about their feelings, that they're not bullshitting you because they have had time to really sit it through. And that heart and mind connection, if they are in tune with themselves, is usually very clear in an Aquarian. And then they will be very direct about what they expect from themselves in a relationship without trying to expect too much of you. So they are very free spirited and they expect their freedom to be allowed as much as they're giving you your freedom to be able to choose them, because if they chose you, you will know that you were chosen, but they want to feel chosen as well. It's like they are in a constant search for the expressive type of love that they have for others in a very unique way. So if you are truly in love with an Aquarian, you would take time to study them, the minute ways that they study you, and you would bring things to them to tickle their mental capacities in ways that allows them to explore their mind and not be caught up in it so much. And if you can ground them and make them help them see the practicality in their thoughts so that they can remain ambitious, they will love you forever because they are looking for mental matches and challenges, but also people who aren't intimidated by their abilities and also by their free spirited nature to allow you to be who you are, as well as demand that they stay free in any committed partnership. But that doesn't mean that they won't be loyal to you, because they are as loyal as they come. They just are unconditionally loving and they are very allowing. And if you ever get to the point where you have gone beyond repair with them, it is most likely due to the fact that they have allowed so many opportunities for there to be second chances and rebirths of friendships and scenarios where they they realize it's a detriment to them, because usually they are, because they have to process their emotions and they process them so slow, sometimes it can make them naive in giving to situations that aren't necessarily for their highest good. And once they realize it, they process their emotions, they give a person a chance to change once they express them. And if it's not changed, they usually kind of walk away with a clear heart, and they usually don't turn back if they have no reason to. But if there's unfinished business, they always allow for that finished business to be finalized. So always know that Aquarians will love you genuinely if you know how to genuinely love them back. Just express it and mirror their quirkiness and mirror their authenticity by being your authentic self, and they'll be just as happy as with you as you are with them. And that is all that I have for you at this time. There'll be more for the other zodiacs and more different types of series in this nature. I hope that this finds you in good spirits and that you're able to make this deep connection with your Aquarian. Until next time, take care. Namaste.